Welcome back to Neanderthal. The green eggs and ham saga continues. So, last time I said that I don't like green eggs and ham. But it wasn't quite clear where I was going with it. It wasn't really clear to myself, so like I said, I've watched a lot of explanations about this, and I found one that I've literally copied. If you really want to know the science explanation and sit through the whole thing, Pete's Garage. That's where I got the graph from, and he does about the best job of anybody I've seen explain it, because people hide behind words and things that I don't believe they really fully understand. And yeah, so here's the gist of it real quick. Stress going up, strain going across, and we have a graph like the graph guys like to do. Torque is this line. So as we're applying torque to your bolt, this is what happens to the bolt. We go up. A is our proportional limit. So until we get to A, we have a nice straight linear line of awesomeness, which I believe we should stay within, and I believe that we used to. Now, B is the elastic limit or yield point. So after B, the bolt it will stretch, but it won't return back to its normal bit of awesomeness. And then after B, we can see we take like a left at Albuquerque and everything goes funky chicken till she breaks. See, they use big words to explain this, but it's funky chicken till it breaks. Okay? If you want the actual explanation, Pete's Garage. So, where I'm concerned with is here. So from A to just before B, this is where our degrees of angle come in. Alright? So this is our torque to yield deal. Doesn't make sense to me, and here's why. From a little bit before A down, we have a linear line of predictable awesome where you can reuse your bolts because they'll return. Where the only thing I am concerned about with torquing them is releasing the surface tension in the threads themselves with a hammer. Twap. Stone Age technology, maybe, but this is handed down information from diesel guys, top fuel, alcohol burning, engine building guys. So is this going forward or are we going backwards? Is basically what I'm saying. So I'm going to be talking to Ford Racing, because they're the ones that supplied the bolts in the kit, and they are Ford. And I want to know just what they mean by superior when they say that this up here is superior, because in my mind, messing around in this kind of Looney Tunes left at Albuquerque situation isn't where we need to be, and it isn't superior, and it isn't moving things forward. But I want to know why. I want to hear their explanation. What I believe is it's an excuse to use smaller, lower grade steel bolts and run them right to their limit and sell you extra lower grade blah 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 bolts so that you spend more money, or you just don't work on anything yourself. Control of information, control of... Sound like a conspiracist? Not really. But I'm also going to talk to ARP, because the guy at ARP fed me a bunch of malarkey about clamping load, which is a fancy term that was used wrong. And what I believe is their bolts are made of a superior, like they're better quality. Alright? Better quality steel. They torque to the same amount. I've already found that out. I've already run a test, and I don't know anybody else who's run a test with a needle point torque wrench while they're doing the dial to see what the actual torque values are. The torque values between Ford torque to yield, the final foot-pounds rating on that, and the foot-pounds rating given to you by ARP are the same, and that makes sense because gasket material and bam. Crush, gasket crush, like I said last time. So what I want from ARP is to see, part of this is technical support, so we'll be talking to both technical support people, Ford Racing and ARP, to see if they're technical and support, and I don't believe any of them are. And I want to know why this shit costs so much money. I believe there's too many corporate people involved and too many engineers and too many of this left at Albuquerque shit. But we'll see what they say. So, what I was trying to say last time, and I wasn't even clear where I was going with it, now we know the mission. I'm going to put them both on speaker. We're going to get it straight in real time, and we can all see exactly how helpful these people are and what kind of an explanation you get, because when I try to find quotation marks in science, hey, science, this ain't science. When I looked into why torque to yield is superior, blah, 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 everybody's explanation, it's regurgitated shit. It's all the same regurgitated shit. And I would say it's the same, but it's not really, because the only guy I've really found with a sound explanation as to why is Pete's Garage. I'm going to plug him again because he does have useful stuff on his site. Brings about another question as to why. Why am I seemingly the only person asking why, and why is everybody so quick to just swallow this shit? Anyway, in summary, it's not science, and green eggs and ham equals that. That and this, okay, to you and me, the people who want to mess around with our cars. So, coming up next, Ford Racing, ARP, we'll see what they say. I kind of know what they're going to say. It's going to be a bunch of jargon that doesn't make sense, followed by click. But maybe I'm wrong. So, green eggs and ham, to be continued.